So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. Exclusively designed by Nixie Nax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games and I'm bringing to you guys the Winged Dragon of Ra deck profile. So obviously this is post Rage of Ra set, which on recording this video is pretty much out. But unfortunately, as you can see, I have not got my Winged Dragon of Ra card copies yet, so I'm gonna have to show you guys this profile with proxies, but proxies done by the fabulous Alan Mack on DeviantArt. So if you want to print your own proxies, go to his DeviantArt page. He's done fantastic proxies on there. Full effects, artworks on there and everything. Like, they look legit official, obviously not excluding his page there. So as you can see, there's his web page, and Mac95deviantart.com. Check him out for these amazing proxies. So big shout outs to him as always. So but yes, this is the Winged Dragon of Ra deck. So I find there is two best ways to play the Winged Dragon of Ra. There is this version of it, which is using all the cards from the Rage of Ra booster set. So use all the guidance lines, reactors lines, things of that nature to try and get your Ra out through the Mac ways. And I find the next best way, and probably the way that I'm going to personally build it, is with the Monarch stuff, the Monarch cards, just because literally there's a 2-card combo with the Monarch cards. If you open up with Ancient Chant and your copy of Ada, the Heavenly Squire, you can get your Ra on board straight away. The Squire summons out your Transicanda from deck. Transicanda gets you a token since it's a special summon. You play your Ancient Chant, you get your God card to hand. Ancient Chant gives you an additional normal summon that turn. Sack your 3 cards off for the God. That's just with 2 cards in your hand. So obviously the rest of those cards, your 3 to 4 cards if you're going first or second. Primarily you want to go second with Ra because it is a beat down deck. You got the rest of your cards to help support you. So, but this is, again, as I said, this is using with all the cards from the Rage of Ra set, trying to use these to the most consistent potential and like impart best potential. So I do hope you guys enjoy it. As always, if you enjoy this, give us a like and subscribe down below and ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy a person's content and you enjoy the stuff on the channel, you want to see more, you want to, see that content, and that notification bell helps prevent you missing all of that content. All of that is greatly appreciated, and we thank you guys so much for doing so. You'd think with the amount of times I do this intro, I would have it down, like knuckle down, and I still mess it up. But all jokes aside and all that aside, thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy this Winged Dragon of Ra post Rage of Ra deck profile. So starting off with the god himself, the Winged Dragon of Ra. So I like to go with 2 copies just because with the 3 Ancient Chants and your 3 Guidance Signs to help you get to that Ancient Chant, you're going to see your god as soon as possible. Like, you're going to see him fairly easily. I do play 2 Ras, OG Ra, 1 Phoenix, Immortal Phoenix, and 3 copies of Sphere Mode. I still think, even with all the new support, Sphere Mode is the best way to get your god on board, because it comes out as a 4K beta. So Like, and all the support just gives you an additional normal summon. The only issue is that Ancient Chant can't search Sphere Mode. I wish it could, but unfortunately it doesn't. So you're going to have to max out on the Sphere Modes to try and see Sphere Mode as quickly as possible. This also, maxing on Sphere Mode helps you go second, naturally, because if you feel like, oh, I could go with my VAR play, but it's just going to get negated, I'm going to have to fight through all these disruptions. If you have the Sphere Mode in hand, you can at the very least, going second, sack your opponent's board for Sphere Mode. If they do manage to combo off again next turn, unfortunately, that's just how the bowl works. That's just how the game works. But at least you have a main deck out already in the forms of Sphere Mode to help combat those boards. So 2 VAR, 1 Phoenix, and 3 Sphere Mode, I think is a really good number. The reason I go for 1 Phoenix, so you can up Phoenix up. If you do, there's another tech card I play in the deck, so that would help suffice that you upping up this Immortal Phoenix. So moving on with the new support, so obviously you got your 3 copies of Guardian Slime. This helps you search out all of your Ring Dragon VAR cards in the deck. And there's also a Battle Protection card, so you can special summon it from the hand. Its defense and attack stack. Its defense stack will match your opponent's first attack if they attack into it. So if your opponent's attacking with a 3k monster, your Guardian Slime's defense is going to be 3k, so at least it will survive 1 attack. But you primarily want to use this to search your God card support cards, and also tag out into your Egyptian God Slime, because it is a level 10 Aqua, so you can cheat out your God Slime through that. Another way to get your Tribute Fod on board, your main way in this build to get your Tribute Fod on board, should I say, is with your Reactor Slime. You summon this, you get 2 Reactor Slime tokens, and then also during your opponent's turn, you can tag it out and get yourself your Metal Reflect Slime from your deck, and I believe it does let you activate it that turn. So during your main phase, you special summon 2 slime tokens, Aqua Water level 1, 500, 500. Also, you cannot normal special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Divine Beast monsters. During the battle phase, quick effect, you contribute this card, set 1 Metal Reflect Slime directly from your hand, deck, or grave to your Spawn Trap card zone. Also, it can be activated this turn. You can use each effect of Reactor Slime once per turn. And bear in mind, he is also a 500, 500 monster as well. So, if you do use all these to summon your god is only going to have 1500 attack if you use the additional effect of Ancient Chant to allow the god to essentially do what it did in the anime, which is stack up all the attack gains from your sacrificed monsters. So for your draw power, I personally go with just Danger Mothman for the danger cards. I don't go with any other dangers. The reason I go for Mothman because it combos well with another card in my deck to essentially just get simple draw fodder and simple draw power, while also being able to combo with Guardian Slime, because Guardian Slime only searches your god card if you send it from hand or field. Unfortunately, it doesn't work from deck, which is just absolutely stupid. Like, I hate to be a downer, but it is just stupid that Guardian Slime doesn't search a god card support card if it's sent from deck to grave. So like things like traditional things like Foolish Burial and stuff like that are just null and void almost in this deck. Like if it wasn't for Immortal Phoenix, I wouldn't even play like Foolish Burial. So like that's the reason why. But Danger Mothman helps you get your Guardian Slime's effect search off, while also just netting you draw cards and draw power, and also just helps you get dead cards out of your hand that you don't essentially need. A nice tech in the deck is Volcanic Rocket. So the Volcanic Rocket is in here purely because Blaze Cannon is a Blaze Accelerator card. Yeah, so Volcanic Rocket can essentially search it. So that's why we're playing the Volcanic Rocket. I'm not going to play more than 2. I think the 2 rockets to the 1 Blaze Cannon is a very good ratio. If you wanted to up your copies of Blaze Cannon, I would probably go then up your copy of Volcanic Rocket if you really wanted to. But the main issue is that it fights the normal summon slot with your Reactor Slime and your God card itself. So that's why I'm only playing the 2 copies. So that way I can use this to get to my big power card if I so wish. To add at the main deck of monsters, we're playing the 1 Dino Wrestler Prankratops. You again, I go second deck. So if you can fit Pankratops in, which this deck easily can, you can just summon the Pankratops, pop an opponent's card, and just keep going from there. Very, very nice. Probably one of the best cards in the deck is Monster Reborn. So the reason we're playing Monster Reborn is because it's Monster Reborn, but this deck can search it, which is just phenomenal. So we play the Monster Reborn. You can revive your God card with it thanks to the additional effect of Millennium Revelations, allowing you to revive your God card, so that way you can go for those God card plays as well. Again, one Foolish Burial just because of Immortal Phoenix. You're probably thinking, one Immortal Phoenix for the one Foolish Burial, ain't that a bit bricky? It's worth it in my opinion to get that Immortal Phoenix to grave as soon as possible if you need it. If you do open up with the Immortal Phoenix, then Foolish Burial has a little less target to go with, and it just essentially just is a play this to deck Finn. That's just literally what Foolish Burial just then becomes. But for those times where you do open up the Burial instead of the Immortal Phoenix, you've got just a nice quick way to get that Phoenix engraved. 3 copies of Ancient Charm, probably like one of the next best cards in the deck, just because it searches you your god. Simple as that. But not only does it search your god, it gives you an additional normal summon. And on top of that, you can banish it from your grave to allow the god to gain the attack and defense of all attributed monsters. So it's just that good of a card. You will play it even... This is the card you max out on in all VAR decks. Like, as simple as that. You max this out in all VAR decks, no matter what, because it's just that good of a card. 2 copies of Millennium Revelations. I don't want to brick too much on this card. I think 2 is just a perfect number. You play this, you can ditch a Divine Beast from your hand. So if you are playing the other gods in the deck, you can ditch those as well. It also means that if you do open up with that Immortal Phoenix, you can just ditch the Phoenix for this. And it lets you add a Monster Reborn from your hand, deck, from your deck or graveyard. So it can recur your Monster Reborn. And that's the continuous on-field effect. The other effect is that you can send it to grave and it allows you to revive your god with your Monster Reborn. It's very, very nice. Then we're playing the One Blaze Cannon. As I said before, you can search this with Volcanic Rocket. It's just such a good card. Like, it's your big power play of the deck. It makes your god just literally a god. So, this card is always treated as a Blaze Accelerator card. One Winged Dragon of Ra you control gains these effects until the end of this turn. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. When an attack is declared involving this card, you contribute any other monsters you control that did not declare an attack this turn. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of those attributed monsters until the end of this turn. After damage calculation, if this card attacked, you can send all monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. Like, literally, just bonkers. So, you play this to go for that big game finish. Like, that's why you only play the one of it, because you don't want to brick on it. Then we're playing 2 Mana Bound Creator and 1 Terraforming. This gives your god just natural protection on field. And if they do out it, you get a Divine Beast card from deck to hand. Search Sphere mode. And then, this is the tech I was alluding to earlier. If you wanted to up your copies of Phoenix, you play the Wild Monster Appears. Why? Because you can use this, summon your Phoenix mode. And then Phoenix mode can just bomb the board. Simple. And then on the end phase, unfortunately, Phoenix mode will not get you the Sphere mode summons because the Wild Monster Appears does lock you out from doing that. But it's just a nice way to go, okay, Wild Monster Appears, Phoenix mode, bomb, 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 bomb. Like, just very nice way to clear the board if you bait out all those negates. 3 copies of Dark World Dealings. You may think this is a bit weird, but this combos very well with your Danger Mothman and your Guardian Slime. I think it's just the nicest one, just because the only other one you'd probably play is Hand Destruction and Card Destruction, but I don't want to give my opponent too much an advantage of a re-hand effect. I'd rather just give them the 1 draw and 1 discard. Because that's all I need in this deck, just to draw 1 and discard Guardian Slime. Guardian Slime gets my cards. 3 Pots of Extravagance. In this build, yes, you play it. In fact, all builds. Like, if you're playing the God deck, you play Pot of Extravagance, because you just do not need your extra deck. And this card's just that good at doing it, obviously. Yes, you can see this is from my Valkyrie deck. And Yeah, so if you're playing the Ra deck or any form of God deck or God-based deck, you play Pot of Extravagance because you don't need your extra deck and you just need to get into your cards as soon as possible. So Pot of Extravagance really does help doing that. Unfortunately, in terms of prices, pre-sale prices at the moment, isn't a cheap deck, which does suck. And the way I built this variant is not cheap in the slightest. So just do bear that in mind if you are trying to invest for the God deck. You're not going to be paying a cheap penny. But you do need Extravagance. Luckily, Extravagance is the main thing that I do advise to get free of in terms of the pricey cards in this deck. Just because you can use it in other decks as well. So Extravagance warrants its price value. The other cards, not so much, sadly. One Upstart Goblin to make this a 41 card deck. To traps, 2 copies of Metal Reflect Slime. You can drop this down to 1, and if you do, I'd probably up my copies of 1 with the Sun Deity. So ratios on this can fluctuate. And then to round up the main deck, we are playing 1 copy of Metaverse just because being able to summon your god, and then if they do try to out it, you just go flip the Metaverse, activate Man of the Bound Creator, and now my god is protected. So nice little gimmick play there. For the extra deck, I'm only going to show you the Egyptian God Slime because you're not going to go into your extra deck. Like literally the only thing you'd probably even think of going into your extra deck for is a rank 10 if you do get your double god. But at that point, you should win the game without the rank 10, so it's not really important. So the only thing you're really going to be going into is your God Slime and any other text that you want to play in your extra deck. So I'm only going to show you the God Slime because this is the only thing you do need to play in your deck, at least as a one-of. Bear in mind, if you are going to just play the one God Slime and the Extravagance, try to get to your God Slime before you play your Extravagance, because you don't really want to bounce your God Slime off that. So any copy ratio of God Slime is needed, and then the rest of your extra deck is literally just Extravagance fodder. But guys, that's the deck. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below what you think of this. If you want to see my Monarch build, do post that down below. I will work on the Monarch build. I got a base skeleton in my head already because I used to play it beforehand. It's just them mixing it with the other cards like Extravagance I wasn't playing beforehand. So nice to see if that build works even better with Extravagance and with all the other god support as well. So do comment down below if you want to see that build. So as always guys, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time, as always, happy dueling.
So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. Exclusively designed by Nixinax Arts, we bring you our second exclusive mat with the colossal Rainbow Neos taking on Red Eyes Dragoon, using both Dark Magician and Red Eyes alongside Elemental Hero Neos and of course Rainbow Dragon. Produced by Venom Battle Gear, this is an exclusive mat only available from their site. You can get this mat both with and without zones, and it can be shipped worldwide. What are you waiting for? Visit venombattlegear.co.uk to get your own exclusive Rainbow Neos versus Red Eyes Dragoon playmat.